Have you ever wondered why Mount Everest, the highest peak on our planet, holds such a captivating allure for adventurers around the globe? Mount Everest, standing tall at an astonishing 29,029 feet, is not merely a mountain. It is a symbol, a testament to the indomitable spirit of human beings, the frontier of our courage and the boundary of our audacity. It's a place where the earth meets the sky, where the known world ends and the realm of the gods begins. The allure of Everest is not just its height or the challenge it presents, it's the enigma it embodies. A puzzle that countless individuals have tried to solve, only to realize that the mystery deepens with each attempt. This enigma is deeply rooted in the mountain's very existence. It's not just a geological marvel, but a monument of the Earth's history, a silent witness to the eons that have passed. The story of Everest is not just a tale of a mountain, but the saga of our planet itself, of the forces that have shaped it and continue to do so. But beyond the geological grandeur, Everest is a cultural icon. It is a beacon that draws people from all walks of life, from seasoned mountaineers to novices, each with their own reasons. Some come seeking adventure, some for the thrill of pushing their limits, others in pursuit of a spiritual journey. But they all share one thing: the desire to conquer the unconquerable, to stand at the top of the world. In this video, we will delve into the Everest Enigma. We'll explore the birth of this giant, its discovery, and the early expeditions. We'll talk about the Conquerors, the modern expeditions, and the challenges they face. We'll look at the future of Everest and share some of the most compelling stories from its slopes. Today, we will unravel the story of this majestic peak, from its geological birth to its modern-day challenges. Mount Everest wasn't always the towering giant we know today. No, indeed, its birth was a gradual process, a tale of slow and steady transformation spanning millions upon millions of years. It's a story written in stone, a saga of unending change, of constant evolution. Our tale begins some 60 million years ago during the early Paleogene period. Picture, if you will, a vast flat plain, a primordial landscape devoid of the familiar silhouette of Everest. Now, this tranquil scene was doomed to be shattered by the relentless forces of nature. Deep beneath the surface, the Indian tectonic plate was moving northwards, on a collision course with the Eurasian plate. When the two plates finally met, it was a clash of titans, an event of such immense power that it reshaped the very face of the Earth. The Indian plate, lighter and more buoyant, was forced beneath the Eurasian plate, its leading edge crumpling and folding upon itself. This monumental clash of plates gave birth to the Himalayas, the youngest and highest mountain range on our planet. And at the heart of this majestic range, the foundations of Mount Everest were laid. Yet, the story doesn't end there. The Indian plate, despite the resistance, continued to push against the Eurasian plate, forcing the newly formed mountains to rise higher and higher. This tectonic activity, over the course of millions of years, sculpted Everest into the colossal giant we know today. Even now, the mighty Everest continues to grow, pushed upwards by the unyielding forces beneath the Earth's crust. This, then, is the birth of a giant, a testament to the indomitable power of nature. It's a tale of transformation, of stone and time, of pressure and patience. It's a reminder that even the tallest mountains, the mightiest giants, are born from the smallest of movements, from the slow and steady dance of the Earth's tectonic plates. So the Everest we see today is a result of millions of years of Earth's ceaseless tectonic activity. The discovery of Everest wasn't as straightforward as one might assume. The mountain's majestic profile was not stumbled upon by a wandering explorer, nor was it immediately recognized for the towering titan it is. No, the discovery of Everest was a product of meticulous calculation and tireless surveying. In the early 19th century, a mammoth project known as the Great Trigonometric Survey was launched by the British. The goal? To chart the entire Indian subcontinent. The task was Herculean, requiring a blend of bravery, mathematical prowess, and a touch of madness. Mountains, jungles, and deserts were all measured with painstaking precision. At the helm of this great endeavour was Sir George Everest, a man as resolute as the mountain that would one day bear his name. Everest was not the first to spot the peak. That honour goes to his successor, Sir Andrew Waugh. But it was Everest's relentless dedication to the survey that laid the groundwork for the discovery. The peak, initially known as Peak 15, was not immediately recognised as the world's highest. It was only after several years of calculations and recalculations that the survey confirmed its stature. And when it came time to name the peak, Sir Andrew Waugh, in a move that sparked controversy, chose to honour his predecessor. Thus, Peak 15th became Mount Everest. Yet, the mountain remained a remote and mysterious figure, its summit shrouded in clouds and its slopes untouched by human feet. Its discovery sparked fascination but also a chilling respect. The mountain was a symbol of the sublime, a testament to nature's grandeur and indifference. It was a challenge, a beacon for those daring enough to test their limits against the world's highest peak. Despite its discovery, it would be many years before any human would dare to conquer its peak. The story of Everest was only just beginning, and as we'll see, it's a tale as captivating and complex as the mountain itself. The early expeditions to Everest were as much about human endurance as they were about mountain climbing. The initial ventures towards the summit of Everest began in the early part of the 20th century. These early efforts were marked by a blend of curiosity, daring, and an unquenchable thirst for the unknown. The first recorded attempts were made by the British, spurred by a sense of national pride and the desire to conquer the highest peak on Earth. The first official British expedition in 1921 was more of a reconnaissance mission. It was led by Colonel Charles Howard Berry, who later described the mountain as an inaccessible pinnacle. This expedition was not successful in reaching the summit, but it was instrumental in understanding the formidable nature of Everest. In 1922, George Mallory led another British expedition. Mallory is famously quoted for his answer to the question of why he wanted to climb Everest. Because it's there. This expedition set the record for the highest climb, reaching an altitude of approximately 27,000 feet. But the summit remained elusive. The third British expedition in 1924 saw Mallory and Andrew Irvine make a final summit bid, but they disappeared in the clouds and were never seen again. Their fate is one of mountaineering's most enduring mysteries. Each failed attempt brought lessons about the challenges of high-altitude climbing, the thin air, the harsh weather, the unpredictable terrain. These early expeditions taught us about the need for acclimatization, the importance of adequate supplies, and the sheer willpower required to conquer Everest. Remarkably, it was not just the physical challenges that these early climbers faced. They also had to grapple with the mental strain, the constant fear, the isolation, and the knowledge that each step could be their last. These are the elements of human endurance that were tested to their limits. These early expeditions, with their mix of triumphs and tragedies, were not failures. They were stepping stones, paving the way for the climbers who would eventually stand on the roof of the world. These early expeditions laid the groundwork for what was to come. In 1953, the world watched in awe as the impossible became possible. A New Zealand beekeeper named Edmund Hillary and a Sherpa guide from Nepal, Tenzing Norgay, had accomplished what many had deemed unachievable. They stood on the highest point on Earth, the summit of Mount Everest, an elevation of 29,029 feet. The news of their successful ascent spread like wildfire across the globe. It was a triumph not only for the two men, but also for humanity as a whole. Their achievement represented a milestone in human exploration and endurance. It was a testament to the indomitable human spirit, to our innate desire to push boundaries, to reach for the stars, even when they seem out of grasp. Hillary and Norgay's conquest of Everest was a beacon of hope in a world that was still recovering from the wounds of the Second World War. It symbolized the dawn of a new era, an era where anything seemed achievable. The world had been reminded that limitations were often self-imposed, and even the highest mountain could be conquered with determination, courage, and teamwork. Their journey was not just a physical one, but also a psychological one. As they climbed higher, they were also breaking through the barriers of fear, doubt, and uncertainty. The peak of Everest was not just a geographical location, but a state of mind, a testament to what we can achieve when we refuse to be limited by our fears. The conquest of Everest changed our perception of what's possible. It reminded us that we are capable of achieving great things, that we can overcome seemingly insurmountable challenges. It taught us that the only true limits are the ones we impose on ourselves. Hillary and Norgay didn't just conquer a mountain, they conquered the human mind's self-imposed limitations. Their victory was not just a geographical conquest, but a psychological one as well. They had shown us that the impossible could be made possible, that dreams could become reality. The summit of Everest was no longer an unattainable dream. It was a goal that could be achieved, a peak that could be reached, a reminder that we are capable of much more than we often believe. Today, climbing Everest is a very different affair. The modern expeditions are a stark contrast to the early attempts, a blend of grit, determination, and a lot of technological marvels. These expeditions are meticulously planned, often years in advance. Preparation is key, and today's climbers have a wealth of resources at their disposal. Expeditions now are highly organized affairs managed by professional mountaineering companies. These companies handle everything from logistics to safety measures, allowing climbers to focus on the monumental task at hand. A typical expedition can take up to 2 months, including acclimatization periods at various camps along the route. The use of technology has revolutionized the modern expedition. Satellite phones, GPS trackers, advanced weather forecasting, and even drone technology have become part and parcel of the Everest climbing experience. These tools not only increase safety, but also enhance communication, making it easier for climbers to stay connected with their teams and loved ones back home. In addition to the technological advancements, there have also been significant changes in the demographics of the climbers. More and more people from all walks of life are taking up the challenge. Everest is no longer the exclusive domain of seasoned mountaineers. Today, you'll find doctors, engineers, teachers, and even teenagers making their way up the slopes. The face of Everest tourism has also shifted. It's no longer just about reaching the summit. Many are drawn to the region for its unique cultural experiences, like visiting the Sherpa communities, trekking through the stunning Himalayan landscapes, and experiencing the spirituality of the ancient monasteries. But as Everest becomes more accessible, it also faces new challenges. As we continue on this journey, we must ensure that the thrill of conquering the world's tallest peak doesn't overshadow our responsibility to protect this majestic mountain and its surrounding environment. The future of Everest depends on it. Mount Everest is not just a testament to human endurance, but also a reflection of our impact on the environment. As the highest peak in the world, Mount Everest's majestic stature and formidable challenge have always drawn adventurers and climbers from all corners of the globe. Yet, this immense attraction has brought along with it a host of challenges that threaten the very essence of this natural wonder. One of the most pressing issues is pollution. Over the years, Everest has been turned into the world's highest garbage dump. Oxygen cylinders, broken climbing equipment, food packaging, and even human waste now litter its slopes, creating both an environmental and health hazard. As climbers ascend the mountain, they often discard such items, either to lighten their loads or because of the difficulty in carrying them back down. The cleanup efforts are immense, yet they barely scratch the surface of the problem. Then there's the issue of overcrowding. Every year, hundreds of climbers vie for the chance to conquer Everest, leading to perilous traffic jams at high altitudes. This not only increases the risk of accidents, but also puts enormous strain on the mountain's fragile ecosystem. The sheer number of climbers, coupled with the lack of regulation, has also led to ethical concerns. Instances of climbers walking past dying fellow mountaineers, all in their quest to reach the summit, have sparked global outrage. The impact on local communities is another challenge. While tourism has brought economic benefits to the Sherpa community, it has also led to cultural erosion. Moreover, the Sherpas often bear the brunt of the risks involved in climbing Everest, from carrying heavy loads to facing the harshest of weather conditions. These challenges are complex and intertwined, requiring a multifaceted approach. There's a need for stricter regulations, sustainable climbing practices, and greater respect for the mountain and its custodians. It's about balancing the desire for adventure with responsibility and respect for nature. The future of Everest is in our hands. What does the future hold for the highest peak on Earth? A question that echoes through the minds of many as we cast our thoughts towards the towering and majestic Everest. The future of Everest is a grand tapestry yet to be woven, with threads of potential scenarios, conservation efforts, and an enduring fascination with this iconic mountain. As we move forward, the role we play in shaping the destiny of this natural wonder becomes increasingly crucial. Imagine a future where Everest is more than a monumental challenge for climbers. Picture a time when it becomes a beacon for global cooperation and conservation. A shared commitment to preserve its pristine beauty and unique ecosystem could serve as an inspiring model for environmental stewardship around the world. Efforts are already underway to protect Everest's delicate ecology. High-altitude cleanup campaigns are striving to rid the mountain of decades of accumulated waste. Meanwhile, initiatives to promote sustainable trekking and climbing practices are gaining traction. Each of us has a part to play, whether we're mountaineers venturing to its summit or admirers from afar, contributing to conservation initiatives. But what about the climbers, the adventurers, the dreamers? The fascination with Everest, the desire to conquer its peak, will undoubtedly continue. As technology advances, we may see innovative equipment and strategies that make the climb safer and more accessible. Perhaps the future of Everest will be marked by a balance of adventure and respect, where the thrill of the climb is matched by a deep reverence for nature's grandeur. The future of Everest is also intertwined with the effects of climate change. As our planet warms, the glaciers and icefalls that shape Everest's landscape are in flux. Our actions today will have a profound impact on the Everest of tomorrow. The future may be uncertain, but one thing remains clear. The allure of Everest, its majesty and mystery, continues to captivate us. It stands as a symbol of human aspiration, a testament to the wonder of the natural world, and a reminder of our responsibility to safeguard it. Whatever the future holds, the allure of Everest remains undiminished. Its call to us, as powerful as the howling winds at its peak, will continue to echo through the ages. The story of Everest is a story of our planet, our ambitions, and our impact. Through the ages, the tale of Everest has been woven into the very fabric of our history, a testament to the enduring allure of our planet's natural wonders. Born of the tectonic collision between the Indian and Eurasian plates, Everest is a geological marvel, a testament to the immense power hidden beneath our feet. Its discovery by the Western world in the mid-19th century ignited a flame of curiosity and ambition that continues to burn brightly to this day. Adventurers from all corners of the globe have sought to conquer its icy heights, driven by a thirst for challenge and the promise of glory. From the early expeditions of the 1920s and 30s, fraught with peril and uncertainty, to Sir Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay's triumphant ascent in 1953, and the countless climbers who have followed in their footsteps. Yet for all its majesty, Everest is not without its challenges. The harsh, unpredictable weather, the fearsome Khumbu icefall, and the perilous altitude all conspire to make the journey to the peak a test of physical and mental endurance. And as we look to the future, the impact of climate change and human activity on the mountain pose new challenges that we must confront. But the story of Everest is more than just the sum of its parts. It is a mirror held up to humanity, reflecting our courage, our resilience, and our insatiable curiosity. It is a testament to our ability to overcome adversity, to reach for the stars, and to push the boundaries of what is possible. And so, as we marvel at the towering peak of Everest, let us remember that we are not mere spectators in its story. We are participants, shaping and being shaped by this grand narrative. As we stand in awe of this majestic peak, let us remember that we are part of its story and it is part of ours.